So yeah, the life of a promoter.
Yeah.
That's what comes to mind when I did some research and have just heard about you and known. Uh, Between promoting the band and ShadyNastys or anything that you're up to, tell me about that and some kind of nuanced things about it.
It's something that I always wanted, like my whole entire life, was
Yeah.
just to like be able to work in music full time, and it is definitely it has all of its blessings with all of its curses for sure. It's if I could talk back to little me, I'm doing everything I wanted,
Right.
But yeah, it's tough work. I mean, it's not for the weak, as they say.
Right. I mean, people underestimate what goes into promoting a successful event, getting the right turnout. You're not only the project management or manager, but you're also the advertiser.
Right. We're doing full production for it as well. I mean, we set up the speakers, run the soundboard, we run
Yeah.
through and through. That's why we can set up in like all the different venues. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
And how has your knowledge transferred into setting up the music box?
I'm but a humble servant of the music business. I don't have. Yeah, I wish. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just a humble servant.
Right.
Shout out David Matthews.
Yeah.
Shout out Ellie Nelson.
You passed the test.
Right. Yeah. No. It's just. It's somewhere that I cut my teeth at growing up,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just something that's awesome, and I'm honored to be a part of.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. But yes.
In whatever capacity, even if I'm just filling up ice buckets, I'm happy to be there.
Yeah. Is there anything that in promotion that people wouldn't expect that makes it a little tougher or that you get more satisfaction from?
I don't want to sound jaded to the question and say like I feel like everybody'd expect about what you'd think. You're gonna deal with
Right.
egos. You're gonna deal with trying to make everybody happy and failing every time.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, I mean it's just really as long as you're a communicating person, like everything's gonna move through pretty smoothly. Genuinely.
Welcome to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast.
Welcome, guys, to the Gulf Coast Music Podcast. Today's new wave, Kyle, Ash, Tyler, representing ShadyNastys and Ghostlings.
Do we have that?
We do, thank you.
Oh, get out, dude.
All right. Oh, we need the headphones. Anticlimactic?
Yeah, you gotta use your imagination. Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah, dude.
You should just who's doing it?
Who set that up?
Is it from here on?
Kyle on my monitor mix.
That's true. This is brought to you by Ghost Energy, the most refreshing energy drink on the face of the earth.
And we're back. So yes, how did you get into owning ShadyNastys?
It started as my house.
Okay.
So like we just whenever we were still just doing music, we used it as our like studio hub. We would run shows, but it was more just having people over and like getting feedback and like really working with what we had.
Too many house parties.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we would try to make it as cultured towards like venue culture instead of like party culture, really,
Yeah.
though. Even back then.
And how'd you do that?
I mean, just everything that you've always seen when you walk through the doors of venue outside of like paying for a ticket. You're gonna walk in, you're gonna see a sound guy there, you're gonna see speakers, you're gonna see a stage line, you're gonna see everything like to where it's set up to where you want to view it rather than like be a part of all of it and just amalgamate and be drinking and everything. It's like I wanted to create a culture that people wanted to be there to see the shows.
For sure. So you transitioned your house though into
Yeah, so my garage was always like the space, and then I think I'm going to say around the time that the music box closed, we just really didn't have any kind of space, especially like all ages space that we could do anything. Yeah. And because we were already doing it, it just kind of like took off naturally on its own.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of felt like I had to keep it going. I always had a place to play shows and always had.
Right. The connections.
Right. So, I mean.
Right. So then how did you decide how you were going to manage it and the frequency of shows and all that?
That just came along as we like accepted more and more what our responsibility was with all of this.
And responsibility to whom?
I mean, the kids attending.
Yeah.
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 Oh, and the bands, of course.
Right.
Playing,
Right.
yeah.
Right. I mean, because when you're your own owner,
Right.
you know, you set the responsibilities, but did you feel a responsibility to the community?
Absolutely. No, I feel massively convicted by the community. Again, this is something I grew up in my whole entire life. So I feel like if I let people down, like I'm really like letting an inner child piece of me down too. Like I feel a heavy bit of conviction to the community.
Yeah. And yeah, I like how you put that. The promoter is a people pleaser. You know, do you find yourself as a?
I try not to be a people pleaser. I don't like
It's
that
interesting,
term.
you know, with all the tattoos, but then to also have like.
I like to say that I'm much more just going to continue to be myself and let like my actions kind of take over all that. Really.
Right.
Like I try not to even use too many words with people. Like honestly.
Well, I appreciate you for coming
in like
on.
a business format more so. Like I'm very very minimalist, very drama free. Let's just get to the point. This is about music for me. So
For sure. I guess a recurring theme when I have mates of the genre of metal or anything like hard rock or anything like that, a natural stigma is that it's very drama. Like you would think like there's going to be a lot of drama when there's that high intensity and there's this kind of chaos, rowdiness. But then you meet the people, and they couldn't be nicer. I explained to Brax, I don't know if you know him, that in the comment sections under those posts of anything from a metal scene, it's love you guys, man, had such a great time. What do you say to that stigma of, it's super rowdy? What are these guys doing? Et cetera.
it definitely is like who you put yourself in front of.
Right.
And the bands that you keep around. It's the company you keep. But there's definitely some heavy metal dudes that really believe in what they're saying. I mean, and then there's also people like the vocalist of Cannibal Corpse, who's really, really good at crane games and just takes his daughter out everywhere, and that's his whole Instagram.
Yeah.
I love that.
He literally on tour will go and hit up these toy crane machines all throughout tour and clear them out.
Yeah.
And then he donates all of it to like orphanages and
Wow.
everything that he went, and it's just like a hobby. Like
Carnival Robin Hood.
it like became a hobby.
right.
And
There you go.
Wait,
That's
I have
funny.
all these toys I can just give back to people with it.
Yeah.
And then you find out that his name is like
Corpse Grinder.
Corpse Grinder.
Yeah.
He's the vocalist for Cannibal Corpse. And
Right. It's interesting. Yeah.
yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
And sorry for not giving you guys a platform to introduce yourselves. Ash, what is your role?
I play guitar, and I do a lot of the like the writing and the instrumental parts and recording. So,
Gotcha.
Yep. And I'm Tyler. I play bass. I own the van that carries us around,
And you tattoo all of us.
and I do tattoo the band, and so I tattoo for a living. So.
Fire. Tattoos, streetwear, arts in kind of graphics representing street life, I guess, seem to be very prevalent in the metal scene. Would you guys agree with that?
Yeah, hooded hardcore dude is making a comeback.
I would say yeah.
The
like,
hooded hardcore dude is on every single like flyer and every single piece of merch I see now.
Yeah.
It's this old like depiction. It's just like a hood and you can only see the eyes and he's just like a little thug character. It's cool.
Who's the creator behind that guy?
No idea.
Yeah,
I don't
that
know.
goes back to like
That's the spirit of the streets.
the origin.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there you go.
Hardcore tracing back to like the 80s.
But yeah, it's always
We were even born.
there's always been style. I mean, it's just always kind of been counterculture, really, to me at least.
Counterculture.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah, it makes sense that like going against the norm and embracing the street designs and stuff would also fit the genre of the metal. So you're what kind of brought you into music? Let's just start from the beginning.
That'd be My grandpa and my mom. Like, I was just always listening to music in the car growing up.
Yeah.
My grandpa, like, really supported everything I did with music.
Yeah.
He, like, bought me all my instruments and everything. As I was like, I can't remember a time without a guitar in my hand.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. What about you guys?
It was very much not like that for me. Nobody in my family has any like musical inclination whatsoever.
Right.
So like I don't know, like I would like find like random things like and just like kind of like start like making stuff. Like I don't know, like I didn't even get a guitar until I was like 14. Like I knew I wanted to play guitar and like it was like every time like I'd go to like somebody's house, like, you know, I would like gravitate towards that and like be doing stuff and then
I don't care about Felix. I just want to play his guitar.
yeah, like literally, and then it was like I ended up like stealing one of my like stepdad's guitars at the time,
That's a good move.
and like it just kind of like became mine. Yeah, and it was like I don't know, like just like out of boredom or whatever, like I would just like sit there and that would just be like the thing I did.
Yeah.
Like it was like almost more like I don't know, like it was like purely just for fun always. Like I didn't really like think about like trying to pursue it back then or like blow up and becoming a star or anything. Like I just simply like I wasn't even like really learning songs. Like I just liked playing the thing. Like
Yeah. Other kids were Rolling Stones. You were trying to be them.
yeah, I guess. Like I don't know.
How about you, Tyler?
I don't know. My family always kind of gravitated towards it. My dad talked about how he played guitar, and I think really what drove me into music, honestly, was getting out of PE in middle school.
Nice.
I was like an overweight kid, and so I was like, yep, nope, if I go into band, I don't have to do physical education. And so
Yeah.
a lot of my music background up until meeting Kyle in high school was like classical and jazz. I started playing trombone.
Yeah. I think Kyle showed you some of that dirty.
Yeah, and I started playing bass, and I played in a worship band at one point. That was a time. And then I met Kyle, and we started our first band at like 15, and that was Swallow Your Pride.
That sounds like a cool name.
Yeah, that's a
And
good
we were,
name. See?
For 15? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a hardcore band, too.
What shrooms were y'all taking?
Not at
You're
15. I was like
right.
straight edge as it could come.
Yeah. And then we partied on the weekends sometimes, you know, like high schoolers do. But I mean, we went from that to Matrix Mary, and
Sure
at
enough.
16, 17 years old, playing across the Gulf Coast every single weekend at multiple venues.
Damn.
I like
Opening
genuinely
for,
dropped out of high school because I was too busy with a band.
Yeah, opening for massive touring bands in the metal scene and being like 17 years old doing that.
Damn. Did you really drop out of high school for this? Well, how'd that feel?
Icky, weird. Yeah.
Well, what did the family think?
They were behind it because I was like gonna do a program that allowed me to graduate sooner, but I did not do that. And like that was when they got a little upset with me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Everybody's always been as supportive as they can for something they don't understand, I suppose.
Yeah. Wow, man. What are some crazy memories from opening for those bands?
Golly, a million of them. Every band I hear like anybody talking about now in such high reverence, I'm like, I think I headlined for them one time. That's interesting. Or like they'll come back through town and I'll be able to get somebody in contact with them just because I've known them since I was 15. Like,
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, like playing to hundreds of people at like 17.
yeah, that was weird.
It's always weird.
That was not probably the best thing for my mentality. as a
Right.
kid. Yeah, either.
It definitely gives you like a weird ego boost that you probably shouldn't have at that age. But
Yeah.
you work past it. You gotta pass it.
Yeah, that's what your 20s are for.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Ash.
20s is full of growth. And
Ash.
growing your ego and then dismantling it slowly by other people.
Yeah.
But eventually. And then you become your real self. And you're just,
Then you get to be happy.
Exactly, yeah.
Were there certain elements that you noticed from those venues that you perform at that you've implemented into ShadyNastys?
Oh, 100%. I mean, I am a walking amalgamation of everything I've learned, of course, but like I loved so many different things from so many places that helped it just become what it is.
Yeah.
And again, like the Music Box was definitely one of the places that did that for me. I mean, it was definitely shady and nasty at the time whenever I was like 15.
The original Music Box. Yeah, that was a place that...
And then it definitely polished up over time as it needed with the times. And it's just always had been the model for me. It was like definitely my favorite. And, we'd played... I love the Masquerade out in Atlanta. I think that's a great example that I took from, but I don't have a 3-story building.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a couple places.
I mean,
I love the High Ground at Metairie.
Yeah.
That was always a pretty dirty place. I love that.
Graffitis, which was a weird arcade that just let metal kids come in there and have shows.
Yeah, they saw the value in us.
And family friendly, but not at the same time.
Yeah.
You had a bunch of angsty teenagers and 20-something-year-olds.
Right.
Fucking... Sorry.
No, you
I
good.
don't know if I'm allowed to cuss on this thing. You can bleep me out.
Yeah, dude.
Fuck yeah, you can.
And just weird places like that. I mean, the amount of churches we played in.
Oh, goodness, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah, dude. I've had the power cut off to the stage because of me behind a mic on the church stage.
Same.
Yeah.
What do you mean exactly?
Just,
Somebody pulled it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
You can't have too many metal bands
Well, that's...
playing churches without somebody getting upset with somebody's views.
But, like, so would y'all go in there knowing it was away, like an away game? Like...
Kind of, yeah, to a degree. But, I mean, here's the thing,
We're
too.
also 15 and edginess back in, like, 2000s and 15 and edginess now are two different things.
Yeah,
Right.
because, I mean, back in the 2008 era of, like, metal and metalcore and deathcore, you had a lot of Christian bands.
Oh,
There were
yeah.
a lot of
I mean,
them.
Matrix Mary was one of them.
Yeah, we were a Christian metal band for a very long time.
That's
You had bands like For Today on the scene with Maddie Montgomery, who's a huge name in like that world now.
Yeah. That was one of the people that actually like had a huge religious impact on me back in that day.
Yeah, and you had these bands, and so you had churches that were like, oh,
Sorry,
yeah.
Tyler, if you wouldn't mind speaking a little
Man.
bit further into that.
But you had these bands, these big Christian metal bands that would come in and...
You know what? Let's only use that mic because I think these two aren't picking it up.
Oop.
Music feeds the soul, but food feeds the future. Right here on the Gulf Coast, thousands of families don't know where their next meal is coming from. Feeding the Gulf Coast is changing that tune one meal at a time. Imagine this. For every $1, you can provide up to 5 meals. That's like turning a quiet solo into a full-blown jam session of hope for someone in need. Let's turn the volume up on kindness and down on hunger. Visit feedingthegulfcoast.org to donate today, because together we can make sure no one goes hungry on or off the stage. Feeding the Gulf Coast, because every community deserves an encore. Whoa, 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 don't let the dogs out. The City of Mobile Animal Shelter has many loving pets ready for a nice home. Whether you're looking for a dog like Snoop or a cat like Doja, the City of Mobile Animal Shelter is where you can find your next friendly companion. They're located at 855 Owen Street, and you can stop by anytime between 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. We all need a little bow wow in our lives. Call 251-208-2800 because the City of Mobile Animal Shelter has you covered. That's 251-208-2800. Roof. Sorry.
All right, at the time you had we didn't have venues, really. We had the Music Box. We had Cell Block for a little, for half a second in our lifetime.
Ugly Mug.
Ugly Mug, which was a church. It was a youth center on Grelot Road. That's now a funeral home. And I saw some like crazy massive bands in that tiny little altar room. I mean,
Really?
Yeah. Like growing up.
They'd clear a space to like actually preach to us still. They'd
Yeah.
make it about it. It was cool.
Yeah, but they gave the youth, like the more alternative counterculture interested youth, a place to be that.
Wow.
And that's a huge thing that we don't really have today, is a place for these younger kids, whether it
I feel like you would think that it would get more progressive. Ash made a face, so
What you got?
Yeah, I mean, you would think that, right? But like it did just it does seem like all of that fell off. Like I remember like back in those days, like even like you go to like an indoors, like when I lived in Georgia, I forget what it was called, like it's like the skate park. It was like called like 1080 or something. But like that was like their whole thing was like, yeah, like you get in for half off, but you just got to go attend the sermon in the middle of it.
right.
And like,
Not a bad trade.
yeah, it's not a bad trade at all. So like you got all these like punk messed up kids or whatever. It's like, all right, like sure, like they might not be into it or whatever, but like it still like resonates and it sits in the background regardless. Like
Right. No, that's
like
if there were a way to kind of transform a unity of people to your religious beliefs, catering to their music genre, and then sliding in a commercial break sermon.
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah, I
Dude,
mean,
and it never felt forced.
and
back then either.
no, it really didn't. Like yeah, I don't really know what happened to all that.
Sponsored by the gospel.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, almost. Yeah.
I think I do. I mean, we had some bands that came out that made maybe not being a Christian kind of cool for a second there.
that
Listen, as where I stand with religion, and I've battled my whole entire life with
Right.
it. I'm at a very great place with it now.
Where is that at?
Oh,
I mean, well,
I'm a Christian. I mean, I just
oh, okay, yeah. I didn't
I'm a
mean
fan of faith,
to.
but yeah. There were bands like Through the Eyes of the Dead, and I saw this dude have a pentagram tattoo from the back of his head down to like his back. I was like, that is so cool. Like, what?
It's like sneaking into TSA.
Yeah, dude. I don't know. There were a lot of bands that made it cool, kind of not to be. There was a lot of that back then. I think that's what happened to it. Is like, I'm not gonna just blame Through the Eyes of the Dead, but like,
Well, I think that too, and it's like it seemed like for like a long time too. It's like the rock music world kind of died, and like hip hop took over so strong, and like it was like just more party culture like throughout all those years, like especially like when I was in high school and like coming out of high school.
Attack too.
Yeah.
Push that.
Like it just kind
Attila is a
of
cool name.
yeah, but like I feel like everything just kind of fell off for a while, and like you're kind of like seeing like a resurgence of it again. But yeah, I don't want to blame hip hop for it, but it seemed like the world was just like totally focused on like SoundCloud rap era, and it was just like
Right.
you couldn't even be in a band or like play in a show because like just nobody cared. Like
I'm really glad you brought that up. Now.
Yeah.
I haven't touched on that at all. You're talking about like mid 2010s.
yeah, because like I graduated 2014. And like I remember, like, and this is like I'm jealous of them. They're older than me because like they were in high school, got to play in all the bands. I remember when I was in high school or like middle school, seeing the older kids. They were like doing all the bands and shit, and I'm like, that's what I want to do. And then like, but like my age group did none of that, like for real. And yeah, you
XXX and Tentacion.
yeah, literally.
I
And
lived in Miami when the SoundCloud rap scene happened.
Really?
Yeah, dude. So I like didn't.
Oh, dude, I need. Some
I didn't get to
stories,
miss it. I got to go straight into like a new kind of thing. I was like, oh, so this is what we're doing now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
How would y'all describe the SoundCloud era?
it was fun.
I think SoundCloud was a thing geared toward small independent musicians, whether it be bands or hip hop people or whatever it may be, to have a platform that they could publicly share their music on.
Right.
That's what it was about. And then, of course, it takes off, and then, as most things do, one thing took over it, and that was SoundCloud rappers and things of that nature.
You got it.
I feel like just really like they just sunk their teeth in and held on.
Right. Right.
You know, it's just like the OnlyFans thing. You know, OnlyFans was a place for artists to share art and sell things, and then it became
Really?
what we know now. And so I think the SoundCloud thing was.
about it now?
You know, it's all sex stuff. Yeah, it's just sex work.
Oh,
yeah.
interesting.
So SoundCloud was that. SoundCloud was a place that was like, I can't get on Spotify. I don't want to pay to be on iTunes. I don't have that kind of, you used to have to like put forth so much to get onto Pandora, Spotify, any of those things.
Right.
You couldn't just jump on it like we do now.
Right.
You had to kind of be vetted.
Still a little gatekeeping.
There's still a little gatekeeping, but SoundCloud was open. I could literally fart into a microphone and upload it, and potentially people would listen to it, dude.
SoundCloud artists.
Yeah, and that was a thing. SoundCloud, you could just put whatever you wanted on there, and nobody cared.
Yeah.
And so I think that's kind of where it mainly jumped off, was that it was so open to anybody. Whatever you had going on, whatever you were doing, you could put it on SoundCloud. They weren't going to stop you.
Right.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I like how it is also an against the norm move. It's any kind of revolution in music seems to be an against the norm move.
Yeah.
And SoundCloud fit that. Speaking of eras, the eras that existed throughout Mobile during y'all's tenure in the music scene, I'd love to hear y'all's breakdown on it. I think one of them is the ShadyNastys era, as I've heard.
Oh, that's awesome. That's wild and humbling and kind of scary.
Yeah.
So, me and you were like, I was young, man. I started the Ugly Mug because I convinced my parents that it was a church whenever I was like 13.
Every Friday night.
What do you mean?
Oh, I mean, I had convinced it's a church, so I would just be like, "Hey, my friends are going here, and there's music here. You should just drop me off and not come inside or talk to any of my friends."
Oh yeah.
So I got to see, and I'd buy shirts from bands that were like The Last Redeemed, and it's like got literally like Jesus on the cross on the shirt and everything like that. It was a little cool. It was a little more metal than that, but like, still, I'd come home with shirts like that, and they're like,
Right.
my kid's on the right path. No, yeah, far from it.
Far from it. And I guess even
So, like, Ugly Mug was one of the first eras that I was a part of, I'd say.
yeah, and then actively, while Ugly Mug was a thing, you had like the adult version of the alternative,
Cell Block,
which would have been like Cell Block Downtown, Picklefish.
Yeah.
Every now and then eventually at some point the original Music Box, and they were these grungy punk bars. And I mean, you had bands roll through there that nobody had ever heard of and nobody would ever hear of again.
Yes.
Really?
But then you also had bands like, God, didn't Municipal Waste play there at some point?
Oh, yeah. Dude, I've seen so many
Against
of my
Me,
favorite acts.
which is one of the biggest like punk
Life-changing show.
bands to ever exist. They play massive music festivals. They're world renowned, and they would play at this dingy, literal like 150 cap punk bar where there's no doors on the bathrooms and like
And which one was that specifically?
the Music Box.
The music box. Right. Would you say the music box was like the Callahan's for metal bands?
Callahan's, if someone neglected it for about 20-ish years.
Right.
And just, yeah, it was a, dude, it was a dirty, nasty punk bar. I mean,
Punk bar.
and that's what it was. You walked in and you knew exactly what you were there for.
Right.
Take your shoes off.
Never take your shoes off. But it was cool though, man. Because
Mardi Gras was scared of the music box. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean it was cool though because you had this like big open area. You had the stage, and it was a little stage, and you were right there. And if you didn't want to be right in it, they had like a whole New Orleans balcony upstairs that overlooked the downstairs. So you had their separation of people who were like really into it.
Yeah.
They could be in it,
Right.
or they could chill upstairs and watch from afar and just like vibe out that way.
Yeah.
And
Do y'all remember what it felt like to be in high school in your last period, knowing that night you were going to go to the music box or something?
Oh, yeah.
And like just
Yeah.
waiting to get out and
Oh, your knees are
crush
shaking.
crush
Yeah,
some
dude.
skulls?
I mean, in general and anywhere, yeah, any of the show nights
Yeah.
up until we got out of school, it was just exciting. You're just ready to go, ready to
Right,
get going. Whether it was that night or that weekend,
Right.
whatever it may be, yeah, it was
Game
something
day.
that was like, I don't know, hugely formative in my life. I mean, I don't think I would be the person I am today
Yeah.
without the music scene that I was a part of
Right.
growing up, for sure. And
Thank God for that.
yeah, and I really do. I have
A lot of great memories.
yeah, I have a good life. I have a good career. I mean, I am doing everything I want to do, and I've never been happier.
Oh, awesome, man.
We have the most friends out
Yeah.
of anybody I've ever met in my life. It's unnatural to have the amount of friends that we have from the music scene. I've known Tyler and, I mean, hundreds of other people that used to attend shows for 15 years, and we've all had amazing relationships the entire time.
Right.
We still keep up with each other.
Well, what do you dedicate most to why that is?
Community?
Yeah.
We all had a sense of community. We all beat the hell out of each other and hugged it out at the end of the day.
Right. That's
fun.
That's what's surprising about building the community. But I guess it's like, doing Oklahoma drill on a football team,
Okay, yeah.
Do you know what an Oklahoma drill?
No.
It's like you randomly get called to try to tackle the other person.
Okay.
And you got the whole 50 or so people on the team, and you don't know who you're going to get called up against, and you get called up, everybody's watching. Hey. But like that type of
That's a fantastic way to build relationships.
There you go.
A mosh pit works the exact same way,
right.
just not as organized. Like, I mean, yeah, you see dude over at the like other end of the pit, and then like he eyeballs you, and then comes, and then like this happened to me once. I was like at the handlebar. This dude's like, I don't know, he's probably like 6'2", like jacked, like military looking dude. I'm like fresh out of high school. This dude makes eye contact with me, slams me into a table. And like we're just like, what's up, bro? Like, dude, that was sick. Like,
Yeah.
anyway,
Is the intent? What is the intention of a mosh pit?
There's so many different ones.
there's
we
so
gotta
many.
be careful here.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk about
So
that.
there's like a push pit that we relate with like metal, no core. Usually, I relate.
And what is the difference between metal and core?
So core branched off of metal. It had a punk subsect that kind of brought it to fruition. It was just a little bit more aggressive, a little more anti-mainstream.
Right.
As like metal through the 80s and everything like that peered off towards like glam rock and really getting mainstream and everything.
Okay, got it.
Hair
There's-
metal.
There's groups like Madball and Hatebreed and stuff like that branched off on their own and decided, screw that.
Core stayed in the village. Metal,
Yeah, they kept
metal
it
went to the
under.
city. Got
And
it.
then again, so the more mainstream act is to just shove each other. And then at core shows we have people that are getting a little bit more physical.
Yeah,
Okay.
like
Getting a little more rowdy.
you'll see a lot of like spin kicks or like crowd killing, and like some people it gets to like a big controversy type thing, because it's like a lot of times like if you go to a show and you want to be in those pits, like you kind of got to be prepared to like get hit. And like some people don't understand that, but like at the same time, if you can just go with the flow, have a good time, it sounds
There's
crazy,
etiquette.
but it's a fantastic way to meet people. Like just
And
take a
there
hit.
is- there is etiquette. Even if it doesn't look like it from the outside, there's a massive amount of etiquette that goes into it. And I mean, I can't speak on, kids that obviously haven't even seen enough etiquette yet, or that are doing it just all on their own for the first time and figuring it out for themselves. But I mean, it establishes etiquette really quick, Like, there's things you don't do, like
Right.
obvious things you don't do.
Right. No, I can see it. I mean, it's like a great icebreaker.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also a great toothbreaker. Is that?
Your tooth.
My teeth. My teeth aren't real. Yeah, I have dentures and I dropped them. Yeah.
broken tooth on his broken teeth.
Yeah. Yeah. I wear dentures. I dropped my teeth one time while cleaning them and it broke off.
I like the story you tell whenever you say you did it on purpose because you used to have a chipped tooth.
Right.
Yeah. That is a good story. I'm trying to own up to my things now.
But did the teeth come from core?
Oh, no. No.
Okay.
No, just bad
He's like
genetics.
British or something.
Yeah, just really bad
He's
genetics.
actually-
Yeah, really bad genetics mainly.
Gotcha. He's like British or something.
My broken nose definitely came from core.
Yeah.
And like the last broken nose I had was my literal best friend. Yeah. I wish he would have just hit it on the other side and knocked it back straight. That would have been sick. But, you know, you can't control those environments. And
Right.
you have issues where, you know, people do get a little bit aggressive in that situation and they start doing things that are not cool.
Right. Does security ever
And-
become an issue at
Generally, you don't
ShadyNastys?
need them. The people in the crowd will become security really fast in those
Scene
situations
polices itself.
because they will see.
Wait, what's
the-
that again?
I said the scene polices itself.
Scene police itself. Gotcha.
Yeah, you're good.
But you'll see guys who are intentionally like trying to hurt somebody for the act of hurting somebody, not for the act of like having fun, enjoying
Yeah.
the music and the scene as it is, and they get bounced out on their head pretty quick by whoever else is around,
Yeah.
or at least a stern talk. I mean, even the bands themselves,
There's always
like
Yeah.
somebody bigger.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
sometimes it gets chaotic.
There's always a drummer.
Sometimes it gets chaotic, and you don't know who's who, and like who's causing problems and who's not, and it just like turns into like you trying to break things up, and then more people try to start stuff. Like,
yeah.
It can swiftly get out of hand, but I mean, yeah, it can swiftly get out of hand. But again, I mean, I don't think that many people's genuine intention that come to these events are ever malicious.
Right. Yes. No, I'm glad. I'm
think-
glad you talked on that.
Yeah, I think egos are fragile. I don't think people have malintent at these events. But
So-
I think we do have frail egos. I mean, I think
Oh,
it's
yeah.
quick. The second you get hit in the face, you have a fight or flight response. You know what I mean? And it's hard for most people to go, that was cool. We're at a show. You know
as,
what I mean?
as the most fight or flight music is played simultaneously, you know.
At Roosters, we are committed to using quality, locally sourced ingredients as often as possible. That's why we partnered with Bayou Corps Farms to take their heirloom corn, locally grown in Bon Secours, and use it to create the corn flour for our new always fresh corn tortillas. Our other partner, Tortilleria E&H in Daphne, receives the Bayou Corps corn flour and uses it to make the tortillas. The heirloom corn tortillas then get delivered to Roosters, where they are used to make our signature tacos. The end result is freshness and flavor you can't get anywhere else. Roosters, for the love of food.
Hey fighters, listen up. Are you tired of feeling like your conditioning holds you back in competition? It's time to bridge the gap between theory and real performance. At Dexter's Fitness Center, we're launching a combat sports strength and conditioning program designed for boxers, kickboxers, MMA fighters, and combat athletes who want to get faster, stronger, and more flexible while building the endurance to go the distance. No more outdated workouts, no more burnout. This program is built to enhance your skill work, prevent injuries, and maximize your potential without wasting your time or overwhelming your body. Training starts August 12th at Dexter's Fitness Center, 1900 Government Street, Mobile, Alabama. Sessions are Tuesdays and Thursdays from 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. and Saturdays from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. If you're ready to step into every fight confident, prepared, and in peak condition, call 251-709-2654 or email contact@dextersfitnesscenter.com today. Let's build the fighter you're meant to be. So up to the Alabama Music Box, which eras come after that?
Music Box to Music Box 2 and Merry Widow. And I think about that time we kind of got off of metal a little bit more and leaned back into like punk, surf rock.
Right.
Metal and core were just kind of a struggling genre altogether back then, and especially like
At least in Mobile, you had.
I was booking. That's when I started booking rap shows and stuff like that, dude. That's when I like switched
That's
gears.
in the cloud
completely.
rap era.
that was like cloud rap era.
It starts getting into that era,
Yeah.
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 But I mean, it would all still be at the same places, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I remember even like when I first moved here, you know, like I moved here 2014, like it was like my senior year of high school, but like Mobile scene was like dead. Like I remember like people were like talking about like the Music Box when it closed down, I guess the second iteration of it, and I was like, damn, like that sounds really cool. And then like once I got into college and stuff, like I ended up like in Mississippi, like I had to go to Mississippi to do most of it, or like Pensacola.
Right.
Like Pensacola would like have like a pretty good punk scene, but if you wanted to like hardcore and metal, it was all in Mississippi at that time for some reason. I don't really know why, but and then yeah, you come back to Mobile, and then like we kind of had a rap scene, but like that was really it. It just seemed like at that period of time nobody was interested in bands.
You're like rap and like older surf rock, more like calmer style surf rock, surf punk style bands that you just kind of like. Our shoegaze was a big thing. I mean, like the bands are still playing around here, but it was older people.
Right.
Not like old, but like they weren't playing super thrashy. Because I mean, even myself devolved in music where I went from like metal and death metal to like thrash and like just noise coming out of amps and 30-second songs of just like wailing about on guitars and drums and like pure chaos, no coordination.
Yeah.
And then that all just disappeared in Mobile. And you had Pensacola that had a really good like hardcore and punk scene, and then Mississippi that had a really good metal scene still, and they still had bands coming up and doing stuff and venues. And I don't know why it disappeared in Mobile. Maybe it was a lack of
Maybe just a lack of space.
a lack of bookers willing to do it, a lack of kids getting into it. And everybody else was like, oh, we got to focus on life and being adults at that point, and kind of, yeah.
Man, yeah, that's I'm feeling that nowadays of realizing that you don't have time to do the stuff that you're really passionate about anymore, you know?
Yeah, it's hard when you grow up. But you find time eventually.
Dude, hang on. No.
Yeah,
mentality is so horrible. Don't do that. You can do anything you want to, seriously, dude.
Find time.
You can absolutely do anything you want to. I refuse to believe in that. It doesn't matter how old you are, no matter what. Even if you shoot for the stars, land on the moon, you're cool, man. Like, do what you want to do with your life because that's going to keep you happy. And happiness is the most important goal here. We only have so many. We get 75 seasons on this earth. How many summers are you going to see that you're going to be upset through before you realize that you want to do what you want to do, and that's going to make you happy? As long as you're doing it right, you're leading in the light, you're doing what you need to do in this world, like doing good, do it.
Appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, I think sometimes it does come to a question of like, how bad do you really want it?
Yeah.
Like, like
Yeah, know what you got to do.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna
'Cause,
get.
yeah, you can sit there and you can, like if you're not doing it, you can sit there and blame it on life or this and that. But like, bottom line, you got to make sacrifices for it. Like, like you want to go tour and do cool things. You're gonna risk your financial stability. I mean, you're gonna risk
relationships.
Yeah, you're risking everything, and that's kind of where I think the most struggle comes from. The whole thing is like, what are you willing to give up to like chase that dream? And because I mean, there's a price for everything, ultimately. But if I'm not hating on the guy that's happy with their 9 to 5 and like, chilling,
Their hobby band.
Yeah, and their hobby band or whatever. Like that works. If that brings you joy, awesome. Unfortunately, it does not bring me joy to do it like that. I got to go all in.
And tell me about Ghostlings. How have you guys gone all in with Ghostlings?
It kind of like worked because we were already like mostly self-employed. Like I had a pool business. He was doing ShadyNastys already and like cooking. Tyler's a tattooer, and then Darius was just kind of cooking and like floating. But so like that kind of like worked out like on its own. Like we were already like able to kind of like support ourselves without being tied down to a schedule.
Yeah.
As is, and like we're flexible people, so it was never really like a challenge to like get us all like at one date, one spot to go do a show, do a practice or whatever. Like it was kind of like an actual perfect storm. And then like even like down to like having ShadyNastys as a place to like, like rehearse at.
Yeah.
Because that was always a big thing I ran into with other bands. Like, like we all lived in apartments and couldn't even practice.
Yeah.
So like
there's only so much Guitar Hero you can play.
Yeah, exactly. And then also like with us being able to like write and record on our own at home and stuff too, like that makes things a lot easier when you can just send tracks back and forth, and once you actually link up, what you're doing, and it's been pretty seamless for the most part.
I think for the first like handfuls of practices, I mean, it was either us three or them and the drummer. And I don't think we had a full band practice until the day of our first show.
Yep.
We had never all played together at all. I'd never even met the drummer
That blows my mind, man.
at all. Like, I mean, yeah, we'd never played together ever.
Right.
And
Because
fun show.
Yeah, I mean, I've had guys show up here and play together for the first time, and it's like a professional musician just is able to do that.
Yeah, and we had practice like outside of that. Obviously, like we had practiced together. They had practiced with Darius. People had done their own homework outside of that. But yeah, we made it work though.
But it's like, it's even down to like the fact, like, like we would have sat there, like I would have sat there, I would have tracked this, I would have played this shit by myself to a laptop to make it happen. I don't think a lot of people are willing to do that. Like it all comes down to drive. And then, like, even like in other bands I've been in, like I've quit jobs for it. Like I've thrown my whole life up in the flames just to go play a show with a super cool band.
This was the first time, another part of that question I don't think these guys got a hold of was, this is the first band I've ever been in where I was like, this is a real product.
Oh wow!
This is something that other people listen to and will enjoy. Like,
Had you released music with other bands?
Oh yeah, plenty of them. And I mean, even our first band, we did have a good bit of success with Matrix Mary, but it was just, we were so young, we had no grasp of how serious it could have been.
Yeah.
This time we know everything almost there is to know about it, and we're going into it.
And thinking hypothetically, where do you think that band?
I don't want to. If we didn't break up, that band would have done just fine. We would have been up there with, I don't even want to say who we would have been up there with, but
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I see bands pass through Soul Kitchen, and I'm like, damn, I know those guys and have played with them so many times. It's not even funny. If I'd have just kept going for another 10 years with the same thing.
Yeah, for another 10 years.
Exactly. But again, life. I mean, I moved down to Miami. I picked up DJing. I did all sorts of weird stuff in that time. But no, this is truly the first band I know that people are just naturally gravitating towards it with whatever we actually are doing. It's not like a marketing scheme or anything like that. This is
Original.
We built it.
Organic.
Yeah, we built it around just us. I mean, the Instagram posts and stories are all just silly, and it's me sitting on my toilet and just in the morning, just cracking myself up. I mean, it's just as organic as it can be, and it's finally seeming like it's working. So I mean, it's worth everything to me to put everything into it this time.
Getting shady nasty.
Yeah.
Nasty and shady.
So y'all dropped a song in June.
Yeah.
I saw them out once at Mardi Gras and didn't get good vibes.
Right.
What are the future plans with releasing music, and how are you guys rolling out the next projects?
He's the best to answer that.
So we have one in the pipes right now. It's the first song we play in our set, and it's think your favorite anime. Think about the opening soundtrack for that, and that's kind of the vibe of it. It's almost ready to go. I don't know. We got to figure out a date for that. Pretty much.
There's a few little kinks that need to be worked out in it, but I wouldn't mind showing it off a little bit.
Yeah. I have our 5-song EP tracked out already. It's mostly just getting in, doing vocals. I think vocals are the hardest to do recording because there's so many variables, and it's a lot more editing than anything else.
You think, in terms of mixing vocals, you're saying?
Yeah, because it's dynamically, if you move around at all and then your waveforms get out of whack, you're gonna hear all of it. It's gonna be a lot more accented, when you're playing it back versus when you're listening to it like us talking now. So it's you gotta sit there and you just gotta do a lot of computer work to
And people probably have more to say about vocals too, just because it's personal.
Yeah. I mean,
it is hard to find the right mix. This particular song.
Yeah, we went through
6 producers.
Yeah,
Six producers.
Yeah, just to I don't know, like to land on the right one that like kind of has like an ear for it and knows what we're like kind of looking for. And like obviously like you can do most of like, and we've done it on our own too, but like we could never quite hit it like right exactly what we wanted. And like I think that too is like, I think a lot of it like good music is got to be a team effort. Like you can't do everything by yourself. Like you only have so much mental stamina, and then like bottom line, you don't know what you don't know. Like
Dude, the best musicians right now are the ones that have the least ego.
Yeah,
the
like
ones that can let go of that ego enough.
all of our songs have been filtered so many times. Like even like the song we have out now, it totally did not sound like that when I first wrote it. Like absolutely not. Like I was going for like a Midwest emo project. It was like half the speed, and like it was like a lot more pretty sounding and like soft. And then I don't really know what happened. So, like, okay, so
a couple drinks in it.
actually, so it actually goes back to the first song. I had shout out Hunter Curry. This was a guy I went to South with. He lives up in Nashville. He was a percussion major there. And like I was wanting to put another like metal band together, and I hit him up like just trying to get him to like program some drums for me. And like this was like in the beginning stages of like trying to get Ghostlings put together, and I was like kind of trying to like angle towards like a Midwest emo project for that. But like I sent him this like kind of J-rock track that I did that I wanted drums on, like, and it was like just for my own enjoyment. Like I didn't think I was gonna try to make a band out of that or anything. And then, like I sent him a metal track. He actually liked the J-rock track more, programmed drums to it, and then I had the light bulb moment go off. I'm like, oh. So then I took like all my crappy Midwest emo music, sped it up, and then I was like, can you program some drums for me here? And then I took it to Darius, and I'm like, do that. Yeah. And then he starts writing too, and then it's just like, it kind of morphed into what we are now. Like, I kind of got like the best of both worlds. And that was like a thing I kept thinking about is like, you know, like bands that do like, that are like really big and successful, like, you know, and still fun to play and like aligned with what I want to do. Cause like I've been in metal bands forever. And like I was so sick of playing to like crowds of like 6 people. And it's like, yeah, you can be passionate and you can be making like really great art or whatever, but like bottom line, it's got to sell. Like people got to enjoy the product. Yeah. So that was like one thing I always thought about. Like so like Sleeping with Sirens and like Pierce the Veil were kind of like starting to like blow back up again. Like I was hearing about them a lot more, and I was like thinking about it. I'm like, man, they really kind of hit it right for like in between, like and like being able to like appeal to as many people as possible. Yeah. So
the band that I had on here, Caving In, it kind of tapped into the way that the metal scene is mixing in some R&B to be a little bit more mainstream.
Absolutely.
They brought up like Sleep Token as an example of that.
Objectively, the world's greatest band.
Objectively speaking, that's the greatest band on earth.
I can honestly say. I can honestly say I've never listened to a Sleep Token song, so everyone talks about them, and I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like
legitimately. I refuse.
Okay,
I'm just gonna stay in the dark, and that way I have no opinion.
If egos are aside and objectively we're speaking, Sleep Token is the greatest band. They've hit the top charts. That is what the most people listen to.
Yep,
gotcha.
Yeah, I'm thinking, like, I keep joking about it all the time, but, like, if it actually happens, I mean, you heard it first, but, like, end goal is to make music like Imagine Dragons.
Yes. Rob Thomas.
Or Rob Thomas.
Shout out Rob Thomas, our father.
Haven't figured that out yet, but, like...
I bet, like, the band that's, Where My Demons Are, like that band?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I feel like they're not really metal, though.
Yeah. That would be awesome, is just to become that, like...
I joined this band under the pretense that it wasn't going to be what it was. And here I am still. I was sent completely different tracks. It was way more of like a pop punk thing.
I wrote a pop punk album and convinced everybody to join, and then Ash was like, nah, here's the real
Yeah,
right.
so...
You got baited.
Yeah. I don't.
Old bait and switch.
Right, right,
I don't even listen to metal
right.
at all anymore.
Oh yeah, same.
Yeah, I only
We
listen.
have coffee in the break room.
Yeah, I only listen to like really sad boy Midwest emo whiny guitar stuff.
He only listens to
Straight
K-pop,
K-pop, dude. Like,
and I like exclusively listen to country. Like,
That's crazy. I mean, yeah, when different things collide, they make metal.
We don't know what Darius listens to. He's not here.
Darius actually listens to the music that we make. Our drummer does listen to the music that we make.
Well, yeah, that's great stuff. And is there anything that you guys wanted to bring to the table?
Shout out Dead Etiquette and Caving In. Love them boys.
Special shout out to those boys. I don't know, man. Shout out to every band out there right now that's trying it. Like, I see all of y'all. I love all of y'all. Y'all are doing great. Don't give it up. If y'all really want to be musicians, please listen to what we were saying. You can do it.
yeah, dude. Sometimes it's not fun. Sometimes it sucks really, really bad. But like, if you want it bad enough, it will be worth it. Like, this is what it comes down to. You're either doing it or you're not.
Be looking out for our new single. We might play it here. I don't know how that works. We'll do it. I'll down if we want to show it off. Yeah. So we'll play a single for y'all real quick. Don't judge us. It's not mixed. It's not mastered yet, but it will be. You get the point from it. I'm not embarrassed to show it off at least.
Let's go.
And then about you, man.
No,
Come on, man.
No.
Give me something.
no.
You what's
Yeah, move the mic up.
yeah. What's where are you? What's your story? What makes you want to do this with music so bad?
Okay. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode on the Gulf Coast Music Channel. We'll see you guys in the next wave at the Alabama Music Box as well to catch these guys for opening day. See you guys.
Welcome to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast. Welcome to the Gulf Coast.